Gospel Time right here at RMC Studios. I'm Pres Blackman, and of course, as we continue with the tribute to the late, great Womack, Bobby Womack, we've got two great voices in the studios today, and we've got one voice that's been with Bobby for many years, and that is none other than Miss Altrina Grayson is here today. And let me say, ladies, welcome to PresGram Gospel Time.
Thank you.
How are you both?
Fine.
Fine.
I'm wonderful. Miss Sally Womack is here. Your name you've heard on PresGram for a long time. And then having Sally right here and having Altrina Grayson is here today. It's going to be an exciting PresGram right here at RMC Studios. And I'm glad you've tuned us in today because it's going to be very, very exciting. As we speak to Miss Altrina Grayson, being with the great Bobby Womack, was that an experience for you?
Oh, it was a pleasure. Oh,
Really?
It was awesome.
Really?
Him and I were like peaches and herb, or not Ike and Tina, but vocally Ike and Tina, but not the beating thing. But but anyone who. Tammy Terrell and Marvin Gaye, Bobby Womack, and Altrina Grayson, we made a good team.
Really?
Yes, we did.
I want to say thanks to your godmother there, Miss Sally Womack,
Yes.
a name that we've seen on TV, but now the first time on PresGram Gospel Radio. It's a great joy having you here.
Thank you. It's a great joy being here.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you sing?
No, I don't.
You don't sing at all?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Can you hit a note for us?
No.
Having your daughter, our daughter here, Desiree, Tony is the only one that hasn't been here yet, so therefore I got to get Tony in here. So
But I'm her daughter, too.
Yeah, well,
even though I'm her goddaughter, I'm really her daughter.
But see, I want everybody to sing. So the next time you come to town, I'm going to have the whole family in here to sing. And we're going to really make an album here at RMC Studios.
Oh, okay.
Is that okay, Miss Womack?
It's surprising to me.
Listen, in your travels, you look so young. Well, first of all, you come from a singing background.
Yes.
Okay. And your dad, I don't know much about, but your uncle,
Yes.
Johnny, I know all about Johnny.
Okay.
Johnny Grayson, we know him here from the Inspirational Soul days in Los Angeles, and of course the Master Keys, and of course of late the Sweet Singing Cavaliers.
Right.
So therefore, you have no other choice but to sing.
That's right.
You understand? So, how old were you when you got with Bobby?
Oh.
10,
You gonna ask
12?
that question? No.
You look so young. You look so young.
Thank you. Let me just go back as well.
Okay.
I know you know of my uncle Johnny.
Okay.
And but my father, he also had a group in Cleveland because
okay.
both of us are from Cleveland.
Okay.
Bobby and I are from Cleveland.
Right.
And when I was young, my father sang in the same churches that the Womack brothers sang at all the time. And his group was called the Sensational Saints.
Oh, okay.
And he was so bad. Bobby said, your father was so bad that after he got finished, you might as well have done a benediction.
No kidding.
That's how bad my dad was. He was bad.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
And here it go, 16, 17 years later, I meet a young lady. Her name is Sasha. And she said, do you know Bobby Womack? I said, yeah. I said, I know him. She said, oh, well, he's looking for a singer. And I said, well, okay, good. I said, so here he is. We sent him a picture and a resume, and he said, she all right, but, she's not what I'm looking for. And I sang to him over the phone 4 lines to a song, a gospel song. And he said, you got the job.
Really? Just like that?
Just like that. It was 3 o'clock in the morning where I was in Cleveland, and it was 12 that Michael Jackson had just won 8 Grammy Awards the same night. And he said, look, I got a whole house full of people. Let me go into my studio and listen to you. And so I began to sing a gospel song to him. And I sing something like, let me see, why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come? And he said, you got the job. I said, I got the job? I said, I sent you a tape of 3 songs with picture and resume. He says, you know what? they wanted me to have all these little small women behind me. He said, I needed somebody who could really sing. So he said, I got you, girl. He said, listen, you are coming with me, and I want you to meet me in March in New York so that we can meet, talk to my manager, and do everything else from there. And from there, we went to New York, and he was sitting in his room. We were being introduced, and he's sitting in his room with his acoustic guitar, playing his acoustic guitar and saying, da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-dum-dum, ba-da-dum-dum-dum. And he was just playing. And he said, no matter how high. He said, you want to sing this with me? I said, sure. Da, high I get. And we went into the studio with Wilton Felder and the Jazz Crusaders. Mm-hmm. And we recorded, no matter how high I get, 2 takes.
Really?
And that was it.
Wow. Miss Altrina Grayson, when we come back, got a special guest coming in to join Miss Altrina Grayson and Miss Sally Womack. Here's some Womagic that we love right here from RMC Studios. We'll be back.
Oftentimes I feel discouraged and I don't know what to do. Go to my friends and loved ones, but they have their troubles too. But I don't want all of my trying. You can always give me strength, 'cause wherever there's a way, wherever there's a way, there's got to be a way. I can call him early in the morning. I can call him very late at night. Wherever there's a way. Oh, when you're on top, friends crowd around. But when you fall, they can't be found. There is a man I call him Jesus. He has never let me down.
And as we get back to more of PresGram Gospel Time, the great Bobby Womack, the late one, we've got another special surprise guest that traveled with Bobby Womack as well also, and that is minister, student minister, Arthur Fuller. Arthur, how are you, man?
Okay, sir, by God's grace.
You all right?
Yes,
It's good. It's good to see you, man. It's good to have you here.
It's good to be seen, good to be heard.
Now, these 2 ladies here, are you familiar with these 2 ladies here?
Yes, they help
Huh?
help cultivate me into the world and the music world and life, and they're very, very. They said they have a very, very nice, honorable place in my mind.
Really?
Yes.
So now you and Miss Grayson, you guys have traveled extensively, correct?
Yes.
sir. I've been able to travel with her on a lot of things with Mr. Womack. It's really been. She's cool.
Is she cool?
She's cool. She can sing. I know that.
Really? So listen.
He called me
Miss-
his princess.
Really? Now, we heard you, Lorenzo and I, were at the Beverly Hills performance, the late one, the last performance here in Southern California, and your voice is incredible.
Thank you, sir.
I mean, super. Where'd you get that range that you have from? Look out, Patty. Look out. I mean, really, look out, Patty. You know what I mean?
It's, you know what? God has been wonderful to me, and I got it from him.
Really?
It's a gift that God has given me, and no one can take it away.
That's true.
And not even the devil can have it, because God gave it to me as a child. So I am so glad that he gave me this gift to be able to share with others.
Wow. So now, in your travel, has anyone ever wanted to say, I want to be like you? I want to sing like you?
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel wonderful.
Really?
I love it. I love it.
Really?
Yes.
So, Miss Womack, Sally Womack, when are you singing so we can hear your debut?
You won't be hearing that.
Make your deal on Pres Blackman's Day, which is the first Sunday in August. Why don't you make your debut there? here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, okay, right.
Huh?
Sure.
I have Arthur Fuller to back you up. Huh?
That's
And
right.
JoJo.
Tell everybody to bring their clinic because they'll be crying.
Really?
Yeah.
You're kidding. We're speaking with our guest here on PresGram Radio and Gospel Time, and that is Miss Altrina. I'm gonna get it right. Altrina Grayson, and of course Miss Sally Womack and Minister. He said student minister Arthur Fuller here on Pico Boulevard. And blessings to YOU. And it's just an honor, and it's a lugubrious point at the same time to just say the late great Womagic, Bobby Womack, whom we encountered for many years at Sunset and Crescent Height in the earlier years. And just to know that Bobby has left us, and we're so thankful to Miss Sally Womack because she was the first one to let us be the first one to air it on the radio, on TV here in Southern California before the world even had it on June the 27th. And, of course, that's where I got my 4111 from, and we're just honored to have her here. But Miss Altrina Grayson, now, as you go through life now, will you be coaching, or do you ever want to coach young people how to sing like you, especially young ladies with all these different shows they got now, Talent of America and all these other things here? You ever thought about being a vocal coach?
Yes,
Really?
Yes, I've coached. Wow, it is amazing. I coached a boys group at one point, and then I coached a girls group, 3 girls together, and they were 9, 7, and like 12, and they were called the Johnson Sisters in gospel, and then
Really?
they came out with the 3 J's, and then now I'm married to certain people. Like one is married to Ron Isley.
Oh, really?
I was able to say that. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't know. Yeah. So the best part about it is that they grew up.
Okay.
And they never forgot me. Their mother would just bring them to my house, and she'd just leave them there. I was Auntie Trina. I made sure that they were coached properly, that they were breathing properly, all of that. And they were wonderful as children. And they're greater now as adults. And I can't wait to hear them put something out again. It's going to
Really?
be wonderful. Yeah. And I also work with single people in helping them to learn how to breathe first and then how to sing.
Wow. In your travel throughout the country and wherever Womagic went, did your fingers ever get tired of signing autographs?
Never.
Because I remember here in Southern California, the last show, I mean, people, hadn't it been for Arthur, people were just going to mob you, something terrible, backstage, you know,
But it's
because,
okay.
I mean, you had such power over that studio and over that audience. It was unbelievable.
Yes.
And, I mean, I was just proud that Sally said, that's my daughter.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's a blessing from God.
So now,
Yes,
do you foresee coming up in the future that you, Desiree, Tony, and your mom here doing a project? That would be nice.
That would be nice.
That would be really, really, really nice. Huh?
He's really trying to get you to sing. And Tony too? Oh, Desiree.
Do you foresee that coming?
You're forgetting Tondalea. You can't forget Tondalea.
Tondalea can hold up. I mean, she got to go some, you know what I mean?
Okay. I am working on projects now, and I want to work on an inspirational project.
Okay.
Because I feel that on both sides of the fence, everybody needs to be inspired in this day and time. There's so much going on in this society today that does not give you hope, doesn't give you praise, or it doesn't help you move forward. And I want anybody who hears this to be able to move forward in their lives. So I want to be able to sing songs that make them feel and understand that they're just as good as the next person.
Wow. We're going to come back to Miss Altrina Grayson, Mr. Arthur Fuller, and Miss Sally Womack as she gets her voice ready to give us a preview of what we're going to be looking for coming up in the future. Here's a great surefire tune from the family right here on RMC Studios.
Father, Father, hear me, Father. I'm lost in a world of confusion, and it make me feel like Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Long way, long ways from home. Such a long ways from home.
Sometimes I feel like a mama who's gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. A long way, such a long ways from home.
Oh, brother.
Our guest on PresGram Gospel Time, the late great Womack, Bobby Womack, Altrina Grayson is here today. Now listen, on Motherless Child, those are
Yeah.
your voices and
Those are-
Bobby's, huh?
Those are my vocals.
How'd you feel recording that?
Oh, I loved it because
Really?
I love that particular song.
Why?
It has such a feeling about when you go back in the day of the slavery. Sometimes you feel like a motherless child, and no matter how hard you work in the fields, and they take you from your mother and they take you from your father, and sometimes you just feel like you're almost gone. You don't know what to do with your life. But I want people to know that there's a greater place in God, that they can serve Him. As they serve God, there's a better place.
You were sharing with us. This was recorded in several places. You did yours one place. Bobby did his in another place.
Yeah,
Tell us.
Bobby was here in California doing Motherless Child, and he called me and he says, "Well, I'm going to send that to you. I'm going to send everything to you, and I'm going to send you to the studio, and I want you to do your part." And he did his part, and once I heard his, I went in and did mine.
No kidding.
No kidding. And it came out beautifully because we ended at the same time. It was very, very spiritual that we ended at the same time. At the very end is beautiful.
Really?
It's beautiful. And I called Bob and I said, "Okay, do you like this?" And he said, "Yeah, that's it. Okay." I said, "All right." I said, "Do you want me to do this again?" He said, No, I want to keep that."
Really?
Yes,
Arthur,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever? I know you're thinking about being the first black James Bond. I understand. And at the same token,
That's too heavy for the world. I stand with someone taller than that already, so it'll be heavy.
really?
Yeah.
Do you plan on singing?
I can sing. I wrote some songs in 1989 with Phil Mac. We used to tour. I used to write,
Really?
Whenever we'd be on the tours, like when we did a gorilla tour,
Okay.
I wrote a lot of stuff down. I got sheets of stuff that I've saved that we wrote songs on the road. We were riding down the Autobahn,
Okay.
and he would call people in America. I'm trying to write this song. And he would call back and ask people. He may have even called Altrina. He did. We used to call Altrina and say, "Look, I'm doing this, Altrina." I'll tell you that every now and then he would call Sally. "Sally, you okay?" "All right, I'll see you when I get in town." I said, "Man."
So Sally is a singer then. Is she a singer?
She can sing.
I've written tunes before.
Yeah.
Well, then you know what? You're going to get a chance to show us on August the 3rd.
Oh, really?
Y'all want to make sure you get a chance to put yours out there, huh?
Yeah.
PresGram Gospel Time right here at RMC Studios. All these communications brought to you by Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles. For good, wholesome food served in a pleasant atmosphere, the place to feed your face, Roscoe's, now with 6 locations to serve YOU. Los Angeles, Manchester and Maine, Pico and La Brea, Lake and Orange Grove in Pasadena, 730 Broadway, in Long Beach with the Seabird Jazz Lounge, 1514 North Gower, and, of course, Roscoe's LAX at the 405 Freeway, and soon to be Roscoe's number 7 in Anaheim. For good, wholesome food served in a pleasant atmosphere, it's Roscoe's. Don't forget about Pitbull. That's right, attitude in a can. The best thing in the land. You should see why it's in demand, and you need to have it in your hand, and that's why you can understand it's from Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles. Back to our guests as we prepare to wrap this interview up so fast. Miss Altrina Grayson, Miss Sally Womack, and Mr. Arthur Fuller. And for those in radio and TV land now that's going to see this here after we are off the air and whatever, for those being inspired and want to sing like you, how can they find you?
They can find me first of all on Facebook, Twitter, and Facebook, Twitter, and what is the other one?
Instagram?
Okay.
Yeah. Not that I know what it is now. I just heard my kids talking about it.
Yeah, they can find me on that.
Okay.
And I now have a fan page, so they can come to my fan page, and they could, if they want me to come in and do something or be a part of something, go to my inbox on my Facebook, or you can go to my email address, which is Ebony Queen, ENT for entertainment, @gmail.com.
Give us that again.
So it's Ebony Queen, ENT for entertainment, @gmail.com.
Wow. Miss Womack, would you like to have any closing words as we prepare to wrap this up?
No, sir.
You wouldn't? But tell the people that you'll be singing on August the 3rd. How about that?
No. Huh? I would like to say that I appreciate all the kind messages, cards, prayers that went out for our family and our lost, and just keep lifting us up in prayer as we will you.
Mr. Fuller, would you like to have some closing words?
Yes, I would like to thank everything that Mr. Womack had introduced me to into the world, and I appreciate that. And I also like to thank Mr. Farrakhan and Sister Khadijah for their assistance in my life, and Mr. Womack fits right in that group with them. And you too, Mr. Perez, and Altrina.
Oh,
Sally,
man, you're so kind.
And the staff in the office here, thank you very much. And may the angels guard you, because we're going to need them shortly.
Right.
And Miss Grayson.
Yes.
Would you like to have closing words?
You know what? I like to first of all say I love me some Bobby Womack. He was my best friend. And if you ever get an opportunity to just kind of see some of the tapes that we have done and videos that we have done across the country, you'll see how much love that Bobby and I have had on stage. He was awesome. And I would like to say, not first, but also would like to say I thank God for him because I was already singing gospel before I met him, but it got greater and greater and greater of me knowing what God was all about, because he never let God go. So I know he's up in heaven just shouting and having a good time right now, and I'm glad of that. And the band that played for him was an awesome band. All of his bands, I want to, again say, you guys have been wonderful. You have done such a great job, and we're going to work on trying to get you guys back out. I'm going to work on trying to get them back out.
Me too.
Because they were a wonderful band, very tight, and they made Bobby feel good when he was up there, and they made me feel wonderful when I was up there as well. So we could sing and we could do what we needed to do, and not have to look back and say, okay, that's too fast, that's too slow. They'd be right in the pocket, and I loved it. And I thank God for them today, because no one really understands the background of it. They always see the front part of it. But if you see the background of it, we work hard. Wow. We work hard. And we make sure that we worked hard for Mr. Womack. And that's what I loved about Mr. Womack, because he loved what we did for him. So I thank God for my parents, and I thank God for everybody. I thank God for my mom and oh my God, just everybody who's a part of my life right now, because it is important that they understand that love is all you need. God wants you to be loved, and you can be loved in all fashions. So, and thank God for my husband.
You said it any better.
Yes.
I want to thank our guests, Miss Altrina Grayson, lead singer with Bobby Womack, Womagic, and of course Miss Sally Womack and Mr. Arthur Fuller. I'm Prez Blackman. For all of us here at RMC Studios, remember this: America, always keep looking up, because God is always looking down. Until we get back with you again on this same PresGram Network, Blessings to you.